But then on the other hand, you have women like, girl, don't do that. It's like, but they're telling you they want this.
They're literally saying, I want this. Like, please do this. And I'm just like, wait, why are you guys still like coming at me when the men are literally saying like, this was great? I just didn't get why the arguments were keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ferg always talks about like, you know, if you've gone on dates and had guys pay for your dates every time for the last 10, 15 years or whatever, and you're still single and it ain't worked out, maybe giving a cigar might be the way. Try something different. I don't know.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's Three Brothers No Sense. I am Tavares Ferguson, a.k.a. Ferg. Join my co-host, Rozzy and Buff. Fellas, tell them what's on your mind.
Boom! That's what Brian Flores did to the NFL. I mean, the NFL had all these great playoff games, and they going into the week, the new week, like, man, had some great championship games, exciting Super Bowl coming up, great halftime coming up. And then Brian Flores said, I got something to say. I mean, it's too detailed to talk about because it would turn into a whole show question. The only thing I want to comment on is the NFL's response. And a lot of people picked up on
We got to tell them what happened first real quick. Got to tell them what happened real quick.
Brian Flores was the coach of the Miami Dolphins, black head coach. He is alleging flat out racism in the NFL. And one of the things he's pointed to the most is his text exchange with Bill Belichick, where Belichick confused, he thought he was talking to someone else. And go ahead.
White Brian.
Yeah, he thought he was talking to him. He was like, congratulations. And Black Brian was like, you heard something I didn't? He's like, yeah, you got the Giants job. He's like, oh, I don't interview with them till Thursday. Belichick was like, oh, my bad.
My bad.
But no, man, he has like I think, what was it, 80 pages? I forgot how many pages that he dropped on the NFL. And
they told him to lose games on purpose, everything.
And the NFL, who took 2 years to investigate deflated balls and all this other stuff, they came out 1 hour later and said, this is a lie. He don't know what he's talking about. He lying. So, yeah, we have this thing called a Rooney Rule to fight racism because we acknowledge that we've had racism in our league. But this black guy who's saying and alleging racism, he's lying. There's no racism. Nothing to see it.
Right.
Terrible response.
I mean, we renamed Washington to the Commanders. I mean, what more do you want from us? Racism is solved in the NFL.
This is true.
And the Commanders is a dumb name anyway. I just want to put that out there. That's a horrible name.
Unless they have the Cobra Commander mascot.
Yeah.
Then I could get behind it.
That was funny. That was hilarious, man. So that's all I got. Other than that, there's a lot of people mad at Minnie Mouse. I don't know if you guys know about that. But
are we beefing with Minnie?
Yeah, Minnie.
Are we beefing with Minnie?
No, we're not beefing with Minnie. You know, we got our own beefs. But apparently, and it's just for 1 month. Like, people lose their mind over these things, Dr. Seuss and all this stuff. But she's ditching the polka dot dress, and she's going to be wearing a pantsuit for the month of March. And women on I don't want to bring up her name, but women on conservative networks, while wearing a pantsuit, is outraged that Minnie is doing is saying that they're making her more masculine and where does it end and all this stuff like that. So it's crazy.
Maybe I missed something. I always thought Minnie was a cartoon. Is she a real person or something now?
Hey man, look how mad they got at Dr. Seuss.
and the M&M chick. The green M&M because she wanted to wear some chucks and pearls and they mad at her because she got on flats.
Yeah. So that's all I got.
So I want to one up you, Buff, because this week has been a week of one ups. So Joe Biden said, "I'll see your ISIS leader and I'll raise you one extra," because he has killed 2 ISIS leaders since the time that he's been in office. In a year and a half, he killed Baghdadi, I think a couple months after he got inaugurated, and then he killed the current ISIS leader yesterday. So
I thought Trump got rid of ISIS.
No, that was what was it? Bush, right?
No, Trump got rid of ISIS.
Job complete or whatever.
You know, so that was the Iraq war that Bush. He said he won.
Because
that's
ISIS came during Barack's term, and Trump was mad. That's when he just said you wouldn't call him. He wasn't terrorists. He wanted to. What did he want to call them?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. When he wanted to meet with them at Camp David, all kind of other stuff. But even though they don't understand that there's a specific reason why we call them terrorists and insurgents and not actual like combatants. But I don't want to go into all of that. But he's just dumb. So Biden wants to one up everybody and one up Obama because he wanted to kill 2 ISIS leaders. And then Sony said, Microsoft, I'll see your little Activision. And I'm going to buy Bungie. So Sony's actually going out and buying a development studio as well, just because they wanted to match that. And they're trying to say that it wasn't in response, but we all know better. And they're saying that they're going to buy a couple of other developers. So I think there's going to be some antitrust things going on, and people aren't going to like that. But we really can't control what Sony does because they're not a U.S. company. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But it's just a lot of gaming industry shakeups happening right now because of all this. But everybody wants to one up everybody this week.
Ferg, did you buy some Sony?
Nah, man. I'm buying wedding stuff, vow renewal stuff. That's where all my future investments are tied into. But no,
the market's bleeding right now anyway. It's a good time. It's on sale. It's a fire sale.
It's a fire sale. I might have to go dig into the old bank account and grab some stuff. But no, mine, and I'm not going to get too much into this. We've been kind of going back and forth with this week, is just have to mention it, the whole Whoopi Goldberg thing, her being suspended from what is the View for 2 weeks over her comment on the Holocaust, where she stated that the Holocaust was not about racism. It was about just evil. And there's been a lot of debate, including within the Three Brothers Circle, about that. But I just wanted to bring that to the listeners' attention. And I want to just see how this plays out. They say 2 weeks, but we've seen, anytime somebody makes an anti-Semitic statement, what is something considered that there's hell to pay. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if these 2 weeks are going to really be 2 weeks. So
I think it will, mainly because she did come back out and apologize. She talked about, it was a lack of knowledge, and now she understands. She should have said it was both, that type of thing. I think she's done her PR thing that she needs to do to get back on their good side. And she's well respected and liked from the community, in general. So I think the 2 weeks is the good slap on the wrist that they need to feel comfortable, and she'll be back on the show. Okay. We'll see, though.
We'll see. You just never know. They call for blood. They call for heads. So, Byron, that's how people get canceled. You say nobody ever gets canceled for racism, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh, racism against blacks.
Yeah, against black people. Yeah. Yeah, we already saw what happened to Nick Cannon. He's back now, so I don't even know if that's even considered canceled. But yeah, it's against black people. But fellas, we buried the lead. We got another special guest today.
We do? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Check the title of the show. What's the title of the show?
Cigar Bae.
That's right.
Cigar?
Yeah. So for you, I don't know how many of you guys follow Instagram and TikTok and stuff, but last week, Miss Samara Curtis, that's not the first time I'm gonna fumble on that name, by the way. She went viral, and you'll see, but we will play the video for you later in the show. But we got her on, and I think you'll enjoy the interview. She was very good, and I'm looking forward to the listeners' feedback on it, because she may be helping change the dating game for all we know.
I'm all about change the game, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
So before we do that, let's go ahead and get this out the way.
Oh, that's rude. Fam,
I know, right? I know. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Let's see the joke.
So y'all talk about my pun. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all one of Sophie's jokes. How about that? Let's see how this comes. This comes out.
Don't use Sophie as a crutch.
She sent it to me. She said, "What do you call a fish with no eyes?"
Oh. If you saw your face when you did that, bro, your face was comedy. Byron's trying not to laugh and be mad at the same time.
How's it going?
Was it better than last week? The pun intended.
Yes, definitely better.
It would have been so much better if Sophie told that joke just now.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah. Oh, she would have killed it, bro. Sophie would have killed that, bro. That would have been a Tonight Show type joke,
Not bad, Rozzy. Not bad.
Yeah,
that's a base hit. That's a base hit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's it. That's all we need is just base hits. Did you not watch Moneyball? That's what we need. We just need hits. We need to get people on bases.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Cigar Bae, here we come.
Well, Rozzy, another joke. Much better this week, though, sir. Like I said, base
hit. Better.
Base hit. So, as I said, we have Cigar Bae, Samara Curtis, and her video actually came across. I forgot who sent it to me, or if I just came across it. But when I watched it, it was this young woman, and you'll hear it in a sec. But basically, her whole thing is making good first impressions, and she's getting ready to go out on a date. And she decided first off, she listened to the gentleman and she decided to take him a small gift that he had said he liked. And so just listen to this video, because after you hear it, social media was on fire. They was calling everything from a pick me, and you'll hear some of the names she's been calling and stuff like that. So check this out and then peep the interview.
Hey, you guys. So I wanted to give you guys a quick little tip on how to make a first impression last. Okay, so I've been talking to someone for literally like 2 days now, and we decided to have our first meetup, link, date, whatever you want to call it. And just through our conversation, I know for a fact he is an avid cigar smoker. He enjoys a good cigar over a glass of brandy or whiskey. I can't remember which one. I think it was whiskey. But I picked up on that little mental note. And I remembered that my dad is an avid cigar smoker and he has a really nice collection. So before getting on the road for our date today, I decided to stop by my parents' house and actually pick up a cigar. And my dad actually threw in a cigar cutter. And my mom, being the mom that she is, was like, "Oh my God, Samara, you can't take it just like that and hand a cigar in a cutter, wrap it." And I'm like, "Well, what do I have to wrap it with?" Her crafty self had some twine in a paper bag. So I wrapped his cigar in literally a paper bag I folded up and some twine, and I really hope this is a good first impression.
We have another special guest for you. We wanted to keep that hot streak going after the Eugene Goodman interview and have someone special on. You just heard the audio, and when that TikTok video dropped, for whatever reason, all hell broke loose. So we have Miss Samara Curtis on the show. Look at me fumbling this stuff, stumbling all over the place, getting nervous in front of company. But no, she's known as Cigar Bae now, thanks to social media. But Miss Curtis, I took that video and I posted it in our text thread to these two brothers, and they watched it. And Ferg, you said what?
I'm trying to remember what I said.
I'll help you out, though.
It was something about wifey material, though.
Yes.
That's and the reason I say that,
we were impressed.
I'm the odd man out. Like I challenge people to do things differently. I always say, if you've been on 100 first dates and you just have certain expectations and they all end the same way, eventually try something different. So when I see somebody trying something different, I always respect it. So I always say, like, that's wifey material like that. I always like people who push the envelope. I hope that's what I said. I already got in trouble. So
and she cute. That doesn't like hurt anything, right?
Yes. So
y'all both gonna get in trouble. Okay.
No, I didn't say anything. Because my wife already walked in, and when I was calling her Cigar Bae and saying, "Babe, we got Cigar Bae on on a podcast. Is that cool?
I'm just describing her to the audience because this is an audio show and they don't know. They may not
Enough
know.
about us. They here for her.
Right. Say hello to the good people, Cigar Bae.
Hey, everyone.
Tell the people your name so Byron won't be butchering it for the rest of the show.
Yeah, Ernest.
So my name is Samara Curtis.
Say that again for us.
Samara Curtis.
Samara Curtis. Tell the people about yourself.
What do you guys want to know?
You're a social media guru. Like you got a lot of posts. You're on TikTok. You're on Instagram. You're too young to be on Facebook. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you're not on that. I'm just assuming.
I am, but it's just not active. Yeah, I'm not really on Facebook.
Yeah, that's just for the family, to see your aunts and uncles and
exactly.
them and all that good stuff. Okay. So the reason you're here today is because you like Byron said, we saw a video that pretty much went viral, right? How many views did it get as of today?
As of today on TikTok, it's at 2 million and counting. On Twitter, it's like 1.3 million. And Instagram, I haven't looked at those metrics yet.
Yeah, see, that's him flexing there.
No, that's her flexing. That
is huge. Congrats.
Thank you.
But did you think it was going to go like that? Did you think you were going to get that many?
I didn't even really think anyone was going to watch it compared to like my other TikTok videos that don't get any type of engagement. So it was definitely a major shock when it did go viral.
Well, talk to us about that engagement, though. Like, what are people saying? What are the streets saying?
The streets? Well,
by the streets, we mean Black Twitter.
It's a lot of mixed, different conversations. A lot of it in the beginning was a lot of negativity from, unfortunately, the women. And I understood where they were coming from. I had to have some people break it down to me. But majority of, probably 99% of the men were all for it. And then there was just a few women that just were not rocking with it too much.
So we're going to come back to that because I'm
they're wrong, but
how did they break it down to you to where you understood where they were coming from?
From what I was told, basically that some women took certain words and they were triggered. So I guess by me saying, hey, here's a tip on how to make a first impression, women were taking it more. So I was like, hey, I'm telling you what to do on your first date, or I'm telling you what to do in general to keep a man. And that was the furthest thing from what I was doing. And because it was only a 30-second clip, people created their own narrative at the end of the day. And that's how I feel. It kind of blew up from just people making their own assumptions, creating their own storylines.
Welcome to our world. This is funny you say that because not just on our show, because a lot of about 60 to 70% of our listeners are women. Mm-hmm. And but also when we just engage in life, I have a bunch of female friends, and when you try to just say, hey, have you thought about this? It becomes a trigger. And it's not that wasn't my intent. It doesn't work for everybody. But here, like you said, you have all these men who are saying, man, I kind of would appreciate that. I would love somebody to do that for me. Yeah. But then on the other hand, you have women like, girl, don't do that. It's like, but they're telling you they want this.
They're literally saying, I want this. Like, please do this. And I'm just like, wait, why are you guys still like coming at me when the men are literally saying like, this was great? I just didn't get why the arguments were keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ferg always talks about like, if you've gone on dates and had guys pay for your dates every time for the last 10, 15 years or whatever, and you're still single and it ain't worked out, maybe giving a cigar might be the way. Try something different. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Maybe you'll catch you a man and get married.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And it wasn't about the cigar. It was just saying, I want to do something different. I want to try something. Let's take it back. That's what I'm assuming. You tell us what was going through your head. What made you say, we give a cigar a try?
So just from the conversation him and I were having over like those 2-3 days that we were talking, he just always kept mentioning that he truly enjoyed cigars. Like the business that he's in, cigars can be used over like conversation to close a deal. He smokes them at lunches and meetings and stuff like that. So it's more so like he was telling me what he enjoyed. So I just picked up on that little tidbit, and it just happens to be my dad is also an avid cigar smoker. So I was able just to be like, okay, this small little thing that cost me nothing, I can give to this man just to show like, I'm appreciative that you just took time out of the day. Because a lot of people don't do that nowadays, and people really don't value each other's time. So to me, that was just enough for him to get a little cigar from me.
Man, and I'm glad you said that part too, because from just listening to the audio on the show, if people didn't see the video or whatever, or not paying attention, because I think a lot of people missed this. I was watching the clip of the reel when they were talking about you. And one of the, like, I even commented on the video. I was so mad. I was like, okay, so clearly y'all didn't watch the video, because one of the hosts was like, you're doing too much. Why would you go get an expensive cigar? I'm like, she didn't pay for it.
You didn't watch it. The first thing I said was free. The first thing I made sure it was free. I literally cost nothing.
But even if this is what always upsets me, and you kind of, it was being appreciated. If you want him to, I'm a firm believer, like, I'm probably the arrogant one on the show for whatever reason. That's the going thing.
Not probably.
And it's not because I feel arrogant, I'm better than anybody. It's just like, I really feel like I'm worth just as much as you. Like, my time is valuable just as much as you. If we're dating, show me that you're interested too. And it shouldn't just always be, what is he going to do to show me that he's in? Because every other guy has done the same thing.
Exactly.
You know, if you said you like whatever and he would have bought that, that's not a problem. But because you paid attention, you brought something to him that he was interested in, even if it would have been a $20 cigar or $30 cigar, it's still something different, you know?
Yeah.
I love how they were setting like boundaries for her too. They was like, even the people that were agreeing with her were like, okay, well, one cigar is fine, but she better not have got a box of cigars.
Yeah, it couldn't have been a box.
I was like, wow. Or, well, he better have brought her something too. And he did.
Everyone was asking they were like, oh, so what did he bring you? It's like, what? Like, who said he didn't bring me anything? Like, I don't get, like, people were just really creating their own narrative. And it was very shocking how it got spun.
So hopefully you can set the people straight. So I got to ask, hopefully this brother lived up to the hype. Hopefully it was a good date. And he was like, doggone it, man, Rising has to edit this. So I'm trying to clean myself up. But man, all you had is one job. Get a second date.
Yeah, I saw the follow up on that, right? You did a follow up video, and you had a second date, and he took you to by the river and all that good stuff.
By the river, yeah. We had a whole evening through Baltimore, and then we actually have our third date this week, and he's coming to Pennsylvania. So we're like going back and forth and learning about each other.
That's what's up.
That's what dating is, right?
Yeah.
It's not let him prove or let her prove a certain thing to me, and then I'm gonna show my interest. It's let's get to know each other and figure it out early.
Yeah.
You know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, you know, you put everything out there.
So you said you post a lot of TikTok videos and some of them don't get nearly as much engagement. When did you realize after you posted this one, I'm sure you probably went and started doing something else. When did you realize, oh, this is taking off?
Exactly.
It wasn't even until like maybe 2 or 3 days later, because that date had happened on a Sunday and like it started picking up speed like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So I was really like out of nowhere, just minding my business. I was like, wait, why are all these notifications coming? And then my Twitter started going crazy. I was like, oh wait, people are actually like listening to this and like engaging with it. I was like, oh, this is cool.
That's good.
Nice. So did you start out are you consciously a content creator, or is this just kind of like I use TikTok and now it blows up, so now I'm thinking more about how to monetize it, how to kind of be a creator?
So I've always been like semi-creative. I went to school for communications, television production, so I've always had like a little bug in me to like, I had a YouTube channel, so I enjoy editing to a certain extent. So TikTok was more of a way for me to be able to create content and not have to spend so much time editing and not getting that content out in the time I wanted. But yeah, I always made like different trending TikToks, tips and stuff like that. So it was just, like I said, it was just shocking that this one TikTok blew up the way it did.
And I saw the video. So yesterday's price is not today's price, right? So
I had to have a little fun and do a little trolling with the people. So I had a little fun. I was just dropping facts. I was just listing the facts. It happened to go over some music.
She used the American Gangster clip too, though. You want to talk to me?
Yeah.
Talk to who?
I saw that. Yeah, that was hilarious.
What? So, and believe it or not, I mean, I know you said you got negative comments at first, but when I was looking, the majority that I saw was a lot of positive. I did see some negative, but out of the negative comments, what has been like the worst take or comment that has stood out? Like,
I would say the worst one, because like I'm all about my family. I love my family to death. The fact that people brought my parents into it, and more so like, oh, your parents are trying to sell you off for 2 chickens and a cow. They were too eager to help you.
Oh my
and
God.
It just upset me because my parents have been married for over 30 years. So I grew up in love. I never really experienced my parents arguing to the point where I was questioning what was going on in my household. So I saw my mother giving to my father. I saw my father reciprocating that and vice versa. And so I grew up just understanding that when you go somewhere, I don't go anywhere empty-handed. Even when I was going to my girlfriend's house, we take wine, we take food, snacks. So it was just something that was regular to me, but out of the ordinary when it came to the dating aspect. But then bringing my family into it and kind of making it seem as though my parents were just so happy to just get me out to a date, I didn't like that part. So because I don't want people to be able to control people I care for's emotions. I'm very strong when it comes to like the social media and nonsense, but I don't ever want someone who I brought into this situation to feel as though like now people are attacking them for helping me do something.
Well, have they experienced anything negative? Has anybody mentioned anything? Or
no, all of their friends, my mom is like elated. She calls me every couple of hours like, did anything else go viral? Did you hear anything else? But she's been sending it off to all her Facebook friends, and all of her friends and my dad's friends, both male men and women, have all been like, that was a great thing. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. I've even had to like consult some of my mother's friends who work at the place of business where I am. And they were like, Samara, you did nothing wrong. As an older woman, they were like, that was perfectly fine. You didn't go above and beyond. You didn't break the bank. There's no harm lost. And I was like, thank you. Like, I don't know why everyone else, even people my age, couldn't see that.
She didn't even buy a gift bag. Like you literally
let's break it down.
A paper bag.
A free cigar in a paper bag.
But y'all know
I'm not worth a free cigar in a paper bag.
That's what I didn't understand. I'm like, so men aren't worth like a free gift. Men aren't even worth that, but we expect them to bring flowers, chocolate, expense the whole date, all of that. But a free cigar is where we just throw our hands up and say, oh, they're not worth that.
But we wonder why dating is so difficult. I mean, I think you hit on something. You don't go to your friend's house empty-handed. When it comes to dating, we make up these rules that obviously don't work.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't work. And
the ones that said that you shouldn't be given a date are the same ones that think that sex is a birthday gift. Like
or lingerie. Or
lingerie, yeah. You bought lingerie, and so that's my birthday gift.
Lingerie is a gift on Tuesday, not Valentine's. I'm for men. Like, if you put on lingerie, I'm just giving you some.
I'm here to receive everything right now. I'm in the dating world. I'm trying to learn what's
lingerie
working,
is
what's not
a gift. Okay. It's on a random Tuesday in spring or Arbor Day, if you want to do a holiday or something random. It's a random. That's a gift. But it's just like, it's Valentine's, I'm gonna put on some lingerie as his gift. That does it nothing. I appreciate it, but it doesn't change.
Really,
it doesn't. No, and I don't think most men expect, and a lot of men don't expect gifts anyway. No, and then if you do something that's thoughtful, that's your mindset is
blushing and like, oh man, you for me. And so was he very appreciative?
I don't even know how to receive gifts.
What do I do with my hands?
I'm not good at receiving gifts.
He was very appreciative. Like, I could tell from his facial expressions. I tried to read body languages when it comes to just all aspects, and there was no like flinch, no questionable facial expressions like, oh, what's going on? Everything showed on his face. It showed that no one has, in his dating experience, probably gifted him something, whether it was the first date or just the dating experience in general, I was assuming.
Yeah. I mean, because I'll speak, I think, for most men, we don't get those random gifts like that. It's birthdays, Christmas, and a lot of women will go out of their way for those moments, but it's just like first date. I mean, once again, what do I do with my hands? I don't know, I can imagine, how does he feel knowing that it went viral? These are like, I'm Cigar Bae. Is that who he is? Is that
we call him, my friends and I, we call him Wizard Kelly. Someone named him that on Twitter because it was like a video that I made, and all you could see is like his suit and like half of his head in the back, like in the background. So that's what we've been like nicknaming him. But he's taking it day by day. It's bringing a different dynamic to our dating experience. Mm-hmm. So in a way, it's not that we're in a fast-paced track, but we're having conversations that I feel like I probably wouldn't be having with someone until like 2 years in. But it's nice to be having these refreshing conversations because he's letting his intentions be known up front, which I appreciate, and it's new for me.
That's good. That is communication, especially early on. I think when I was dating way back, I think that was a thing that differentiated my wife from every other person I dated. The conversations and the upfront, the truthful conversations, even something like this, were things that we would discuss. My fears on marriage and having kids and my plans for the future, my experience with dating. Those were things that set her apart from everybody. And next thing we know, we're a few months in, we're fast tracked. And I knew within a year that that's the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. And if these guys would tell you, I was Mr. Anti-marriage. I ain't about that life.
You mentioned your parents being married for, you said 30 years?
Yeah, over 30 years.
And Ferg just talked about marriage a little bit. You're, I would say, significantly younger than we are. We're in our 40s up here. I wanted to ask you, do you find that your generation and younger, switching gears from the cigar for a second, is marriage, does it seem like it's still the ultimate goal for people your age and younger as it was for my generation and older?
I think some people are changing their views about marriage, and I totally accept that. But for me personally, I still have a goal of wanting to be married. Mm-hmm. I still have a goal of wanting to, like, in my head, the way my parents raised me, it's marriage, then the kids, so and so and so. So
right.
Because I feel like my generation has been doing things not backwards, but just a different way, and seeing that, okay, we're still having the same outcome. I still have a job. I'm still in a relationship. I feel like the lockdown or the title and the commitment, people aren't really that concerned for anymore because they are having 5-year relationships and things are going fine without someone having to be like, will you marry me and commit? But for me, I kind of want that solidification that you want to be committed to me, all about me. I don't want to go off vibes and energy. Don't want to be sitting around for 5 years. But I do think that my generation is wavering on the whole, like, marriage, or just like seeing where it goes and living our lives the best the way we can.
So was it the younger women? Did any of them come at you with that? Did they feel like you were kind of going a little too far because
you were called a pick me?
You trying to eat your wife?
Yeah, it was a mixture of women my age, and my age, I'll be 30 this year, so I'm 29. It was a mixture of women my age and older women, and I didn't get where the older women were coming from, because I was like, okay, y'all have lived your life. Like, why can't you see just trying something new is okay? But a lot of them, I guess, aren't open to trying new things, or maybe have been hurt in the past from maybe giving and not receiving that same energy back, or getting hurt in the end. So I think that's where a lot of the negative feedback was coming from when it came from the women. I just feel like some women probably have been hurt in the past, and maybe me giving was triggering to them because they've maybe done that in the past and didn't have a good outcome.
Yeah.
Okay, I can accept that.
So what else do you have coming? What happens after Cigar Bae? What does Miss Curtis have coming on her because you're on YouTube also, right? Are you going to be posting YouTube? Yeah,
so I'm on YouTube. I haven't really been on there too much, but I'm going to try to really just keep creating and using this momentum to just keep building off of the whole conversation. I think I tapped into something really important that hasn't been tapped into, and carried into a major conversation that includes both men and women, people of all ages. So I'm trying to keep this momentum going. And like, my sorority sisters are actually like in PR and marketing. So they're like really behind the scenes, pushing, promoting, pitching. So it's like a whole team that's been created from this little video, and it's amazing.
Okay, let me see. I might see if I can tap you into a few people too, because Rozzy and I are the bros. So just in case.
Hey y'all.
I'm so sorry.
I heard you said something earlier, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You said the Reds.
Oh yeah. So my wife's a Delta too. So, but no, we'll see. Yes, we can maybe type. I can see if we get out there to connect you as well, because you have a great platform and it's a great topic. And part of the reason we have this show is we talk about things, but a lot of times it's only between like one or two people, and we can have the conversation that might end world hunger, but it's just between Byron and I. So we want to put our message out there, and heck, our message could be completely wrong, but I think it's just creating that dialogue. Like you said, you have women older, your age, and probably even younger, who are starting to have that conversation and maybe even question their dating habits, and men as well. So congratulations on anybody who creates dialogue. I tip my hat to. That's big. That's what it's all about. It's not about being right or wrong. It's just
starting the conversation.
That's all it's about. That's it. And they might walk away a little better. And don't let them discourage you.
I'm trying not to.
Don't please. I mean, to each his own, and it's scary for people to see somebody doing something different. So,
I agree.
And if anybody come at you, send them this way. Three brothers, we love drama.
Yeah, you have three brothers now.
Just
like that.
You really do.
So we got you.
And I was going to say, besides starting the conversation, I saw a lot of women saying, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to use something like that next time. So hopefully you have, because I hear people all the time say the dating pool is trash. Maybe you've cleaned it up a little bit, with that little
I hope I showed them that there are still some fish in the sea. It might take a little longer, but I've been having a lot of like men and women just write stories like that. I'm not even asking them to share, but just saying like, oh, I'm going to try this next time. Or my daughter has a date coming up and she heard you and she's going to try this. I'm just like, oh, people are really like trying, like it's making an impact.
Mm-hmm. When I first heard that or saw your video, it made me think of when they were saying if a woman really likes you or if you're getting in a car, she'll open your car door. Have you ever heard that?
Oh,
it made me think of that thing. It's like,
West Side Story.
Yeah, when I saw that, in my dating world, it was every blue moon when a young lady did that, it checked the box.
Yeah.
It just made me think like, okay, just like a guy opening a car door, those are expectations. But we asked this several times on the show. What are expectations for women when it comes to dating? All the expectations are usually put on men, and the expectations that men have on women usually aren't the expectations we want to talk about. You spend money and it's like, well, you know what I expect. But now it's just like, oh man, she brought me something. Or after a certain amount of time, how do you show him appreciation? How do you show him that you're interested, that you listen? And so these are things that I think will help pick up and clean up, like Byron said, the dating pool. So
I hope so too.
When you got the right to vote, you got the right to give gifts on first dates.
There you go. God. There you go, Razi. Thank you.
Razi, brother, you canceled, bro.
So we know you're a busy woman. You got a lot going on. I did want to make sure Razi didn't have anything else before I got you out of here. Razi, anything?
Good.
Last question I had for you. Since that episode aired, has The Real or anyone from The Real reached out to you?
No, and it's sad because a Black woman, I'm going to keep moving this train. The fact that a Black woman who was on a national television show, which was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, whose storyline was solely finding love. And I'm an advocate Real Housewives watcher, so I know Garcelle's story. She was on there talking about marriage with her boyfriend that she was dating for very early on national TV, talking about rings. So it just hurt me that she tried to play me. And she's in the same position. She's single right now in the dating pool too. So maybe she was a little hurt, but I wish I could clear that up and correct what it is. But I'm sure the buzz got around. But
the one woman that took up for you was the married woman, right?
Yeah, Adrienne, she's married to a pastor. So I knew she understood where I was coming from and had a different viewpoint.
There it is.
That should let you know the one that took up for you is married. The rest of them not.
See, now we about to have beef with The Real, Razi.
Well,
that's cool. That's cool.
Three brothers no sense on. Y'all can talk about Three Brothers no sense on The Real all you want. That's cool.
But we got your back. We appreciate it. Like I said, they showed that and they automatically. I think did you send it directly to me, kind of like towards me, because he knew that that's the kind of stuff I like to see. So I'm with it, Byron.
I just thought it was dope, man.
Appreciate it.
But thank you again for coming on. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
Reach out to us on social media whenever you like. And we're watching you from afar. Want to see how big you blow up. And we're rooting.
Wait. Before you leave, Smart, what your handles, tags, tell them where they can find you.
So on Instagram, it's Samara.Curtiss. That's SAMARA.CURTISS. On TikTok and Twitter, it's just Samara Curtiss. No asterisks or punctuations.
All right, man. Well, thank you. Enjoy the weekend.
You.
And if you want to come out with a cigar line, Cigar Bae cigar line.
I saw you tag 85 cigars.
I'm trying to help with everything that's going on. So hopefully, if the buzz keeps going, more will come from that. If not, more blessings will come anyways.
Okay. It's gonna come.
All right.
Yeah.
All righty.
Miss Cortez,
awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, we're back. So if you heard the interview, you obviously know that team Three Brothers No Sense is team Cigar Bae. So you got beef with her, you got beef with us. I appreciate her coming on and giving us your time. I know you've been on a lot of interviews. You get a lot of people asking for your time. So the Three Brothers really want to take time to say thank you for gracing us with your presence. Thank you for coming to the barbershop. Thank you for taking a seat. You're always welcome. Hit us up next time you got another viral video. So let's go ahead and jump into our questions, bros. You know, we've had some good weeks. Razi, let's open with you. You didn't get a question last week. So what do you have for us?
Yeah. So again, being on social media, just kind of passing the time, I ran across this post that said, men talk about the friend zone a lot, but something that doesn't get talked about is the pain you feel as a woman when you realize you didn't have a friend. You have a man pretending to care for you so he could sleep with you.
Oh. Can I hear that one more time, brother?
Yeah. It says, men talk about the friend zone a lot, but something that doesn't get talked about is the pain you feel as a woman when you realized you didn't have a friend. You had a man pretending to care for you so he could sleep with you.
That's a tough one.
And
I want to. Who put who in the friend zone? Oh, you got a question after that? Or that was your question?
Well, so that's the post, right? Mm-hmm. And so I want your thoughts and your feedback on guys being in the friend zone and then giving up, like a guy getting friend zoned and then just kind of chucking the deuces when they get friend zoned. Is that wrong? Are they wrong for if they get friend zoned leaving?
No, they ain't.
Because that's what this post kind of makes it seem.
Like. I didn't take that post as that, but no, he's not wrong, because if you want something and he wants something different, he has the right to not be a friend the same way you do not want to be in an intimate relationship. It's just we agree to disagree. Like I have enough friends. I'm not. I like you. There's a lot of your stuff, but I'm always going to see you as somebody I want to be with. And so if I'm not good with just that, then I'm going to leave. I mean, I don't have to be your friend. Like, I'm not obligated to be your friend. Now, if we develop a friendship and it just nothing comes of it, then both of you have the same way the woman made a decision that she didn't want to go further with the relationship. He has the right to make that same decision if he wants to go further with a friendship. Now, there's situations where they can just be good friends. It happens, it's happened. I've been there, but it's he ain't wrong. Byron disagrees.
That's all I got. He absolutely is not wrong. He's not wrong at all. No. Like we always talk about the most precious thing we have is time. So if that's not what he wants to do and where he wants to be, peace.
Yeah,
because I don't think
I think the other part about it is this misunderstanding of him acting like your friend when he's shooting his shot. He's not acting like your friend. He's doing what he needs to do. He's being a good person so that you can like him. It's not necessarily acting like your friend. He's being a good person. He's doing what he needs to do to get on your good side, to stay on your good side, so he can date you.
That's not how women look at it. That's not how they look at it.
I know it's not, but that's the thing. It's like, and a lot of times it's not like, it's like, especially when guys are friend zoned. The thing is, if you put them in the friend zone, they probably have shot their shot, so they're interested. So it's rare that guys are going to come up to you and act like they're just going to be your friend and they haven't shot their shot. And y'all form a relationship and a friendship, and then all of a sudden they're like,
let's be honest,
I don't want to do this anymore.
Because I feel like only good guys get put in a friend zone, right?
Yeah, because bad guys don't hang around long enough to be friend zone.
Let's be honest. So it's the thing about it is good guys get put in a friend zone. And so all of a sudden a good guy becomes bad because he's just like, especially I've seen people try to talk to a young lady, get friend zoned, and they look up, she messing with his homeboy or the bad guy. And he's just like, so I'm supposed to sit here and go out and have drinks and drink Cosmos with her so she can go when he texts her at 11:45, go get her back beat out. Like I'm good on that. Like Byron said, I have better things to do with my time. Good guys get friend zoned. Name a dude like that's grimy that you send friend zone. I'll wait.
Yeah. Future is not getting friend zone.
Future does not get friend zone. Future does not get friend zone. Like it's what did you now? If you have now there are dudes who try to play. Now let's be honest. There are dudes that try to play the game to seem like nice guys, to kind of be nice and get in and then shoot their shot. That's their way of shooting a shot. And their whole purpose is to try to smash. Like we know, let's be honest. There are guys that do that, right? Mm-hmm. You call them on their BS, they get caught and they move on. Yeah, you're right. They weren't trying to be. They were just trying to smash. It happens. But they weren't nice guys.
Yeah. And maybe that's what she's talking about. Maybe she's talking about that guy, right? That guy that comes, their first foot forward is friendship instead of shooting their shot and getting friend zone. Maybe it's the guy who came and was like, I'm your work husband type thing. You know, well, I'm not shooting my shot. I'm trying to be your friend. But then all of a sudden you get drunk and he trying to smash or whatever, or something like that. Like I can see her complaining about that.
You know why he doesn't get friend zone? Because he's not a nice guy. Nice guys don't get friend zone. It's just that simple. Yeah. Nice guys don't get friend zone.
Yeah. And ladies, just truthfully be honest about it. 99% of guys that's trying to be your friend are probably trying to smash.
But they still want to be your friend. Like, not even be... I'm not going to say that because I have plenty of female friends, so I didn't get to be their friend because I was trying to smash. You know, we can just be cool, you know, but if we...
But my question is, how did you meet them?
Mutual settings.
Mutual settings, right? Like y'all formed a friendship from a friend group or from, you know, a shared experience. Like work. I have female friends at work, and we become friends because we work together 9 to 5 all day long. And so we became friends. I'm talking about the guy that like approaches you to be your friend.
Oh yeah, I've never done that.
Like out of the blue. Like I jump in your DMs to talk about, like, you know, you talk about a nasty breakup and I jump in your DMs and be like, oh, what happened? Tell me about it, whatever. I'm here. I can be a shoulder for you to cry on, and don't shoot my shot. Act like I'm going to be your friend and do that for 6 months, a year, play the long game. And then all of a sudden, boom, I shoot my shot. You say no. And then I throw my hands up and like, oh, no, I don't want to do it no more. I think that's what she's talking about. Those guys are just lame, though.
Is that real?
Like, I've seen some guys do that. Like they lead with the friend zone for some reason.
Now,
sounds like hustling backwards to me, but okay.
And I can see being friends and eventually something happening, but just like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. And then all of a sudden, like, you're sliding in what? Come on. And you're falling for that?
Exactly. Like, how are you falling for that?
Oh, she just broke up with Stennis. I got her. Man, I can't believe that's real. All right, Buff, what you got for us, man?
All right. Well, as we know, people have sex and people start having sex at an early age. So the chances are that the person you marry has a past. My question is, when does that past become an issue for you? So if you're in a relationship with a woman and you are thinking about, man, this might be the one, and she lets you know that, you know, she's been gangbanged before. Could you get past that and still, like, she, you know, that was in the past, Nothing else has changed. She's attentive. She's just like Cigar Bae. She stands out. Not just like Cigar Bae with the game bang. I'm just saying, like, with the thoughtful gift. With the thoughtful gift, people. With the thoughtful gift. Could you look past that and still possibly go forward towards marriage? Why and why not? Like, what is too much for you? Because everybody got a pass.
So I'm trying to figure out, how does the I got gangbang conversation just come up? You know, like, cause I don't. It's
couples sometimes, man. They get to talking like, so tell me about your wildest experience. Tell me about your wildest experience.
Oh yeah, that's a go for it. For one, I'm in 41 years, I've never asked. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
That's my rule. I don't want to know. I'm not asking about it.
All I need to know is, have you been with the homies? What do I need to watch out for? You know, like, I don't want to. My thing is, I didn't want to go to your homecoming. I didn't want to go to Howard homecoming. I didn't want to go to UAB homecoming. And I'm going to dap the bruds up and they passing me going to hug you. Like, I don't want that. I need to know what I need to know. You know, I need to know enough to be prepared to make I can't be like, hey, bruh, these are the bruhs. You know, like, you know, and she knows every line for the last 15 years. And they giving her the cool hug. Like, I don't need that. Now, if
I've seen it, I've done it. Like, I've done it.
So what I don't want to happen is, I don't want that. If your past is going to clash with our present and our future, then that's when I have a problem. Does that make sense?
That's well said.
But at the same time, like Byron said, everybody has a past. Mm-hmm. So the question is, can you get over it? Like, if she did say, you know, we've been dating, we've been dating 7-8 months.
Nope, my
you
frail,
really like her,
shallow male ego cannot get over it.
You gonna let go of a good woman?
Good woman, because she was a set out 15 years ago.
Absolutely.
She's reformed, Ferg. She's changed.
And therefore, Rising, she's all for you, bruh. Have at her.
Wow.
Obviously, the rest of the East Coast had at her. You know, like,
wow.
My thing is, it's not about that. It's just
she's experienced, bruh. She's doing things for you in the bedroom. You like, I ain't never had that.
If your past doesn't affect me, like, that's what I'm talking about. As long as it doesn't affect me, like, if I'm not gonna run into. So, like, going to fam, you know, there was a very small circle. So we go to a wedding or something like that. It's a good chance you're going to run into somebody that was from your past. And that happens. But it's not like, I don't want to run into I don't want to go back and run into, like, the football team. Like, I don't want to go run into, like, you were fall 2004's favorite, like, you know, like, I can't deal with that. If you're saying that I'm immature, if you're saying that I have a frail male ego, I agree with you 100%. I'm fine with that. I'm big on knowing what I want and don't want. I don't care about your past as long as it doesn't clash with our present and our future. That simple.
Rozzy, you had a very interesting answer to our group me question on a dying spouse last wish. So I'm interested in your answer to this. What is your answer to this?
I do think I could get over it, truthfully. I mean, I need to know how far in the past it is, right? If you were getting gangbanged, like you say, for a year ago,
so sophomore
or whatever. Yeah. Like, you know, at that point, no, I'm probably not ready to kind of jump in a relationship with you type thing. But if it was, you were in college, you were experimenting, and yeah, you ran through a crew, ain't no different than if I ran through a crew back in the day or whatever. And
but what happens when you run into that crew?
I don't care. Okay. It's my lady. Like, that's my thing is, if I'm all about her. And if as long as I know about it, like you said, I think I do need to know that, right? Like, I need to be prepared if I am going to run into that crew. But if I she brings that up, tells me about it, and it ends up happening, and I decide to stay, which and that really depends on how deep I am, how much I like her, all of that. If I decide to stay, then I'll deal with it. Like I don't. If somebody's snickering behind my back because they smashed my lady, I don't care. As long as you ain't smashing my lady right now. Like as long as you're not smashing her while we together.
They're trying because she was a set out, bruh. You've been there. You've seen it. You've seen them like
they're trying it. They're trying it, and the same way they're trying. The guys that she smashed in college, even if she wasn't the set out, are trying. So my thing is, if I trust her, if I know her, if I know what's up with her today, and I feel comfortable with it, I'm good. Like you know, I'll edit this out, but you know tendencies. You know a chick that has those tendencies. So, like, if I'm dating you, I see those red flags. I see those signs that, she's still a
she's still,
like, I understand that.
She like Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yeah. Like, so that's my thing is if I am to the point where I want to be in a relationship with this chick, really, truthfully, nothing in her past is going to really change that, because I'm trying to be with this chick as she is right now today.
Man, you guys both make pretty good arguments. I think I lean more towards Ferg. My ego is a little
I figured that.
It's a little too fragile. It would have to be a lot of factors. For me to go your route, Rozzy, like we would have to have something like real deal established, like I do not want to lose this woman under any circumstances, unless she, cheats on me presently. But if it's in the past and it's way in the past, like I can't be the first serious relationship 2 weeks after she got gangbanged. And then, right. I mean, like it needs to be some years. So the only way I can answer this is I can take both of your answers and say, if I'm going to go Rozzy's way, man, we got to have some real deep, dog. And like I said, it got to be years ago.
But let's say, I get that, Barb, but let's say you coming to my renewal, and she walk up and it's like everybody knows her. Like you're over it because that happened 10 years ago. But this situation is happening right now. Mm-hmm. I think those are the tough things to deal with. It's that in that moment where everybody's tough and they're but I know like I can't deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I might could deal with it, but I don't want to put myself through that. Like I don't want to put myself through that turmoil.
And look, if you make the decision to stick with her after she tells you that, then you gotta factor the scenario you just brought up. You gotta factor that in. I keep bringing this up, and this is like much, much, much less. But like I told you, I've told you guys how, Tabitha has a YouTube thing and, I'll approve or disapprove or something like that. Once I approve something, even if I'm kind of on the fence about it, once I approve it, I can't get mad once she posted and it gets all this attention and stuff and guys are sliding in. I can't get mad at that. Like once I tell her it's okay, I can't then renege on it because of the reaction. Like I got to factor all of that in. Same thing with this gangbang topic. Like if I'm going, I know it makes me laugh too. I'm so sophomoric, but if I agree to stay with her, then I need to factor that in. Otherwise, I'm more like you, Ferg, in that that's a little too much, and it probably would hurt me to break up with her. But I would have to admittedly say, you know what? It's not even your fault. I'm just too fragile to handle that.
Yeah,
y'all gonna miss out on a good woman because she got a pass.
No, but there's my thing is when your past does not come in conflict with my present or my future, I'm cool. Mm-hmm. Like I don't ask. There's certain things I need to know. I need to know, like, have you messed with this group? Like, cause if she messed with the Kappas or that, I'm probably not going to see those guys. But I need to know, like, if I'm going to your frat house, I'm going to see those bros.
But Ferg, you said you worried about guys snickering behind your back. So if she never tells you,
no, wait a minute.
If she never tells you, go ahead.
No, my thing is, I'm going to ask certain questions. If I go to, Like, my wife went to Florida State. You know, I know enough about our past because we did have conversations, but let's say I didn't. My main concern is, like, if I go to Florida State homecoming, 9 times out of 10, the people I mess with at Florida State are going to be members of my fraternity. I never hung with the Kappas at Florida State. I never hung with the Alphas at Florida State or the Sigmas or Iotas, anything like that. So my thing is, the chances of me running into those people are very slim. Now, if it happens, that's my fault. But if she messed with the bros and I knew this and I'm going to go hang out with the bros, or worse, I'm not going to go hang out with the bros because of that, then it's kind of like...
Yeah. No, I can see that. I can see that. Like, if she was a set out for my network.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if
my network,
if it clashes general, with my present or my future, those guys aren't part of it. They're not part of, like, I can't. I'm not saying that she has to be perfect. I'm just saying I can't.
So she could have been the set out. She just couldn't have been the bruh set out.
Like, yeah, I don't even know about all that. I don't even know about all that. You don't even know about all that.
So you specify your question to be like, did you mess with anybody that I'm going to contact
that I know that, you know, in my circle, like because I'm 41 years old, my circle's not getting much bigger. You know, like, I'm not meeting, you know, I'm not hanging with new people like that. And if I hang with them 9 times out of 10, they're the bros. You know, so it's very, you know, very limited.
Yeah, I'll get that though, because I mean, I did do the same thing, right? Like, where'd you go? Let me holler at the bros and see. I'm gonna do my homework, right?
Yeah,
like,
so my thing
was she the set out? Like, I need to know that. I need to know. That's the first question you call and ask.
Within 48 hours, I ran the facts. Yeah. You know, I did. You know, so I got what I needed to know. And that's it. Then I asked her some questions and I got it. You know, she had same thing with her. She asked me some questions, you know, because she didn't want to look stupid in her circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really do anything about anybody else outside of your circle.
Okay.
You know, like me worried about every dude at FAM, every dude at Florida State. I can't worry about that because I'm not going to meet these guys 9 times out of 10. But
okay, who I will, so it's not necessarily the act, it's who the act was with.
I just don't want to. I don't need to know. Like, I'm like, oh, it wasn't a bros, but I wasn't set out for the Sigmas. Now, like that, then when you like, that's too much information. Just don't tell. I'm not gonna ask for you to set out. I've not never asked. And who knows? I might have dated all the set outs. Who knows? Except for my lovely, beautiful, wholesome wife. But you know, everybody else could have been a set out. For all I know, I don't know.
But sorry if we snickered a little too much on that one, but those words still kind of make me laugh a little bit. But still, all right. Good topic, though. Good topic. Good answer.
Let's go ahead and get out of here, fellas.
So all I got, man, is make sure you guys go to threebrothersnosense.com. Check out the merch that we have on there. You know, we're constantly putting new merch up. Summer's coming around. We got a great tank top with buff face all over it. So, you know, get ready to get buff for the summer. Go out, check that out, man. And keep listening. Make sure that you guys are sharing. And I'll leave the rest up for Ferg.
I just want to say, well, first off, thank you to our guest, Cigar Bae, Miss Samara Curtis. Thank you for joining us. Like we all acknowledge, you have been on 100 platforms and you took time out for us. So thank you for that. Also, I want to talk about Kevin Gates. He's not a rapper that I listen to at all. I think I've heard literally 1 or 2 songs from him. But he was on this show called Big Facts recently. And he talked about how he had suicidal thoughts. And, you know, he said that he was close, like he had made peace with saying goodbye to his kids. And I believe he said he's making sure, you know, the money was set up for his family and everything like that. And, you know, he was ready. He was going to do it. And he wound up running into a fan. Now, I don't know if he embellished at all on this story, but this is what he said. He ran into a fan. And the fan told him he was going through something similar, and it was his music that kept him going and that he was an inspiration for him. And he just thanked Kevin Gates for, you know, making the type of music he makes and all that stuff. And it gave him a new look on life. And he wound up telling that fan, man, I was about to check out. So I brought that up just to say that it's still rare. As much as we talk about it more and more now that, men are going to therapy, men can be vulnerable, it's still rare to see, especially in the hip hop world. We know how macho that can be. So for him to do that and open himself up to whatever comments or criticism he could get for it, I think was big of him. And we need more of that. Not more suicidal thoughts, but just we need more spaces where men can be vulnerable and not be judged. And I hope that he made someone else say, hey, if Kevin Gates can do it, then I can start admitting what's wrong with me and get the proper help that you need. So big ups to him.
Oh, yeah, bro. I love that you said that. It's Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, fellas.
Happy Black History Month, bro.
Happy Black History Month, man. For the culture.
And it's so great that you said that, because I'm changing my the way I look at therapy. And when I talk to people about therapy, you might need it, but you definitely deserve it. Look at it as something that you deserve. You deserve to be mentally and emotionally healthy. And so, Kevin Gates, hats off to you for sharing your story. People are listening. You deserve to be mentally and emotionally healthy. It's not things have to be bad. Things have to be on the out, just you deserve it. Just like you deserve a massage. Just like you treat yourself to a mental spa day. And that's therapy. Because it's, So with that being said, Three Brothers No Sense wants you guys to go out there and seek therapy. Also, it is Black History Month. So Winter Olympics kicked off. So, like I said, I'm cheering for the Jamaican bobsled team. They got 3 teams up. So hopefully they do something. Have you guys ever really watched the Winter Olympics? Did you guys even know it started?
No.
I watched curling all of like maybe 12 minutes yesterday. We lost to Italy. It was horrible. But, just want to thank Cigar Bae for coming on. Thank our listeners for supporting us. Thank Inspire You on Air, the new beat of the Bay, for giving us a chance to get out there and spread the word. So once again, Three Brothers No Sense. Listen. Let me take a step back. For you guys who don't know, I say this at the end of every show. These are the 6 rules of podcast that started here at Three Brothers No Sense. You haven't heard them anywhere else. So if it takes off, we coin that. That's us. 6 rules of podcast. Listen, like, share, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, listen again. Talk to you next week.